flaws and all, womanhood, sisterhood, and traveling through the worst hood, adulthood, conversation from a woman's point of view. This is the S.I.S Podcast.
All right. Welcome back to Simply Incredible Sisters Podcast. We have missed you all, and welcome to part 2 of Welcome to the Motherland. It's your girl TT, everybody's favorite TT. All right, hosting the podcast this episode. All right, Gini, will you go ahead and introduce yourself next?
Hey y'all, it's your girl Gini. Miss you guys. Quell, go ahead.
Hey guys, it's Quell. Welcome back, sis. Hey.
And hello, it's Jaquise, aka Queeze.
And our lovely sister Fee. She will not be joining us today, but don't worry, she'll be back next week.
And she will. Now on to our special guest. All right, we got 2, and hopefully we'll have a third one joining in with us later on in this episode. But let's go start off with the hostess with the mostest. All right, Miss Fabulosa, the best MC in the DMV. Go ahead, introduce yourself, girl.
About to be worldwide.
Brothers. Welcome to the Motherland. You know, this is that episode where you get on the plane. We walk you to Muritala Muhammad Airport. You don't know about it? Go ahead, Google it real quick. Thank you for having me, people.
And there it is. Welcome to the Motherland. Straight from Naij. All right. And then on to our next guest. All right, straight from the NOLA, baby, down south. Go ahead, Ray, introduce yourself.
Hey, sis. My name is Ray. Thank you for having me.
All right. There we
Girl,
go.
now I know you can come with more energy than that because that is not
energy.
Let's go ahead and redo that and run that back again because we need you to introduce the people to who Ray is. So
come on, Nola.
Back, sis. Yeah.
All right, Nola.
Oh, this is Ray Shad. No, that ain't you. Stop playing.
This me.
Girl.
This Ray.
She said back to no one. This is still Ray Shonda from New Orleans. Thank you.
So, as she said, sis, this is her. All right. So as you all know, here on Sis, we get real live, real uncut, raw, and straight to the point. So this episode, as we said, welcome to the Motherland. All right, we're going to start off this episode with the experiences of our special guests. We finished off part 1 with the experiences of you guys' favorite host of this podcast. And now on to the hostess with the mostest. Go on, Wumi. Tell us about what brought us all together, how we ended up in Africa in the December of 2020.
All right. So Jenny decides that she decided she was getting married, 2020 December. So we're like, okay, turn up. We're gonna go to the Davido concerts. He's gonna go. If y'all ever watched when Cardi went to Nigeria, we're gonna hit up
Dirty December.
Silver Fox.
Dirty December, not dirty, but dirty.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because it gets wet and clumped. So we was going, you're gonna have Jenny's wedding and everything. And then y'all Panda Rosa show up.
For those that y'all don't know, the Panda Rosa is the panda.
Listen, Panini came in and she just shut it down. It's like, come on. But I was like, you know what? I know my good sis. She got a little bit of She not gonna put our lives in danger. But no, sis was giving listen. We get on that flight. If we gotta walk, crawl. We's going to Africa, guys. So we get to Africa. And I meet these.
Tell us about your experience on the plane. I mean, at the airport, when you got to the airport.
Yes. Tell us how you got here.
Okay. Oh, Lord. So we coming in. And if you guys know, Nigeria is a very special place. Very special. If you go, you'll know. Only if you've been will you ever know. And I'm sure that the Americans here can attest. I'm American too, guys, but for the sake of this episode, I'm Naij. You get what I'm saying? So we get to the airport and they're like, oh, you have to pay 40 I think it's like 40,000 naira, which probably now is maybe about what?
It's
How much?
less
Jenny?
than $10 because right now Naira is what, 700?
Yeah, so less than $10. But I don't care if it was $2.50. I'm not finna pay
Period.
because I know my people. How you gonna tell me that we need to pay something because of the pandemic? Half y'all ain't got no mask on. What kind of words can I use on this thing? How raw
You
can I
raw,
get?
real raw.
Half these niggas ain't got no mask on. They got us bunched up like sardines. Talk about something. Y'all need to pay for your test for when you leaving out. Come on, sis. You guys know that you don't care about COVID. COVID is not what's wrong with you. You're trying to put that money in your pocket behind. I got a green passport too, so you know what's that. So we end up in Nigeria, and
What was your experience flying during COVID?
You know what? Honestly speaking, I liked it, right? Because if Jennifer was sneezing to my right, no concern of mine. We all got masks on.
You hear me?
The food was terrible.
Yeah, they
going and coming. I just had bread on. First one was like, you know, they give you like 2 meals and they give you a snack. Everything was bread. It was giving carbs on carb. It sucked. I'm not gonna lie. If another panini comes, I'm not traveling.
All right, no more panini press traveling.
No,
all right.
No.
So the moral of that story, we do not recommend traveling during a pandemic. All right, so go ahead, continue. Once you got here to the airport into Naij after.
Oh, so I get in and then I couldn't renew my passport because obviously a Pandarosa was going on, guys. So it was no way for me to do that. So then I get there and they're like, oh, well, you know, since you don't have a valid passport, so we're going to have to hold you in the corner. Sis, I was ready to sleep there till tomorrow. I was in my country. What are you going to do with me? You know what I'm saying? So we get in there and I'm like, all right, cool. So it's about 50 of us because it's a pandemic. And it's the Nigerian embassy, which means that when you call, nobody picks
Don't nobody answer.
Which means when you email,
don't nobody reply.
They don't respond. Which means that when you go there, you're gonna leave either in cuffs or with a migraine.
Best believe you gonna curse some people out.
So I got there and the guy was like, you know, you guys, you think because you're American and you have American passport. I was like, oh, that's what the issue is. Because you don't have a blue passport, sir. But you know, it's okay. It's all right. I'm like, okay, well, I understand the frustration because I will be frustrated too. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I could just watch y'all niggas coming and I could roll out too, I would be pissed. So he was just talking his talk. And then after he was tired, I was like, listen, sir, you know y'all aren't organized. Don't act like you're an American embassy where if I need to travel, I have to just walk in and get my passport. If I need to travel next year, I have to start now. So what are you talking to me about? Like, so anyway, he let us go and I was free into my country, the land of everything goes. Y'all know how it is.
Lawless land.
It wasn't that dirty though. It was just quite sanctified one. You know, we have police out. You go to the club, they get you, they flog you. If you don't know what flog means, Google it. It's not anything nice. It's not like a gift, you know. But it was a good time. We got to Nigeria. Jenny surprised us with a very big gift. Ace. I'm just gonna say Ace. If you know who Ace is, then you understand. And then from there, I mean.
All right. So that's a different viewpoint on your experience coming into the motherland during a Pandarosa and Panini Press experience. So then, Ray, as you are the new American, all right, coming to the motherland for the first time, tell us about your journey and your experience to Nigeria and what brought you there for the first time to the motherland.
And make sure you give the background on your flying experiences because people need to understand your whole perspective from the beginning.
So, being that I was coming from New Orleans, I had to go to Atlanta. This is my first time traveling internationally, so connecting my bags, I missed that piece.
Jaquel, do you wanna put a little disclaimer in here?
All right, now this is Ray Shonda's experience.
Just
Okay,
no
real
shade,
quick.
girl. If you don't echo from the bottom of my heart.
So Ray traveled with me, guys. We was together, and so when she first bought her tickets, she bought it from Atlanta to Naij. She added from New Orleans later because she was supposed to come to my house and we go to Atlanta together. So her bags, Drake, y'all will meet him later. He told her, Ray, you got to go get your bags because this is your final destination. She was like, no, they going to send my bags to my final destination. My final destination is Nigeria.
First off, don't act like I said it like that. I even told you I did not know later on.
Right. Explain, Ray. Explain.
Let me say my piece. So, like I said, being that was my first time traveling internationally, I didn't get the connecting piece. And then, so traveling from New Orleans to Atlanta, that was cool. When we got to London, I checked in and I even asked the guy there, like, oh, are my bags going to Naij? He was like, yeah, it's all there. He missed the piece too.
But Drake told you in Atlanta.
He did. We made that understood that I didn't. We have that point. I missed it. I missed it.
What a big mistake.
Yes. So, the guy told me that it was going to Nigeria.
This is getting worse and worse and worse.
Once we got to Nigeria, me, Quell, Drake, we were all in the, going to check in. And there was this lady, we were all in this line. So in the airport, it was like so many people. Wait, I'm skipping parts. In London.
Okay.
In London.
Okay, so this is before you get to Nigeria.
Yes.
Okay.
We were in London. We had how long of a layover, Quell? Like 11?
No, I think it was like 7 hours.
7 hours?
Yeah.
And at first, like before traveling, we were talking about, oh, we can go sightsee in London, just, not stay in the airport all of that time. Drake was like, no, y'all need to all shut that down real quick. Y'all don't know where y'all going. Y'all need to stay in the airport. But once we got there, we realized that there was nothing around the airport anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And London Heathrow, not a thing.
Girl, it's you and the birds.
Free.
Nothing. And then too, I think we were expecting for it to be cold. So we were packed. Layered. Once we actually started moving around.
Hot as hell.
I was hot for sure. So then we went like shopping in the gift shop. I started shopping around for tights and a t-shirt. I needed to come out the sweats.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No.
Oh, baby.
On the way to
She's
Africa,
sweating.
girl.
All right.
On the way to Africa.
Ray Thick. And I'm talking about thick in all the right places, baby. Anybody who thick.
Hold on.
Listen.
Let me guys tell you
Red
something.
bone, you hear me?
What's that song that Flavor sang? My tomato juice, yo. Let me tell you something. The sister is tomato juice. You hear me? She full front, she full back. Okay.
When they say you can see that ass from the front, that's real.
Baby is thick, you hear me? And so what I'm trying to say is anybody who's thick, for all y'all good sisters, y'all good thick sisters out here who we know we don't understand what it's not like for our thighs not to touch. Yeah, when you sweat down there, yeah, it's a whole situation.
They say thick thighs save lives.
Okay,
that's what Shonda saving a bunch of lives. We all
She's saving states, countries, and continents, baby.
Shonda put that dress on at that wedding, and them people was ready to speak American English.
You hear me?
Ray Shonda.
You look. Hurry up, Ray. Get to the point in Nigeria airport.
Yes.
Okay, Ray, fast forward to Nigeria. Let's get to Muritala Muhammad. How they welcome you?
In London, that was fine. And then when we got to Naij, there was this lady. What was her name? She was looking. First off, Gini told us, do not talk to anybody.
And don't give them nothing.
Don't give them nothing.
So this lady, she just kept looking at us, and I don't know, Quell just was zoned out. She didn't see the lady looking at her until I was like, this lady is calling you. She was saying, Collie, and I was just like, after a while, I was like, she's calling you. But she kept like, every time we inch up in the line, she was inching up. And she had this picture in her hand, but she wasn't. I think Gini described to us how the people who were picking us up, what they were going to have on. And they didn't have that on.
Can we take a part? I'm so sorry. Which people? The people who I was standing there for how many hours? They never showed up. Thank God they didn't show up because I wasn't going to give them $1. I'm Nigerian. You can't walk me into my own country. I'm good.
Well, for the non-Nigerians, we didn't want them to have a stressful experience because you best believe them immigration officers over there would have been like, I see what it is for me. Being to stop the passport.
And you should have pulled out some double mint gum to like.
Okay, so back to the lady that was calling Coley. Okay.
So once we realized that she was actually calling Jaquel and Drake, she, showing them their picture, letting them know that she was here for them. So we went in the room with her. We took our visa passport picture. They're sorting out the bags. My bag still hasn't come.
I wonder why.
All right.
I know better now. First, let's go back to London too, because Gini made us pack all kinds of stuff. She had this whole list, but she didn't tell us we needed adapters, towels, the essentials.
Okay.
She did say adapter because I had my adapter.
You had a charger adapter?
She did say adapter.
It was on the list.
I didn't have it.
Clearly,
we were going down the list from list. You didn't tell me that either. I'm gonna have to go back to my paper because I had.
Yeah, she totally forgot the face towel. She definitely neglected us on the face towels. I was definitely disappointed.
Yes, queen.
Yes.
Well, so listen, I didn't know that the Airbnb wasn't going to have the towels because Cash's Airbnb had face towels and towels. And
She
every
did.
Airbnb
Well, we were
that I've
under-
been into, everybody had face towels and towels. So I didn't know that. Tell people, oh, y'all gonna need some face towels and towels. That didn't make no sense to
well,
me.
we gonna get to Lynn and her trash ass Airbnb on another episode. So,
hold on. I have
Oh,
one
your
question.
mule.
Are we gonna get to that hotel that we stayed at the night before the nikah?
Oh Lord.
yes, that will be included in another
It's not.
episode.
First of all.
That will be included.
I must be on that episode 150%. I got a lot to say.
All right.
Definitely need cash for that one.
So, Ray, after your bags have still not come, all right.
So I had to fill out, the paperwork and everything to get that situated. We finally we were done with that, and Gini and Joanne, they were there to pick us up.
Yay.
Well, I was there to greet y'all and make sure
To
y'all
greet us.
Right.
Yes, y'all were there to greet us. But we had services to get to the Airbnb. But still at that time we were under the impression, because even Quell said, she was like, oh well, at least you'll be able to, because at that point I was ready to take a bath and just change, get out, wash the day off. She was like, well, you'll be able to, that maybe the hotel will have a robe. So we didn't know at that time. We were, and Jenny heard her, and she didn't say we were in an Airbnb. So yeah, the girl was really out close. Okay.
Flag on the play. Wait.
When?
At the airport.
Wait.
We didn't know we weren't in a hotel until we got to the Airbnb.
Okay, so let's make a disclaimer here because
Yes,
I was
ma'am.
in charge of the list and stuff like that.
Look at Wumi.
It was. I'm not. You know what? I take accountability. My bad.
Okay.
All right. That's what we're here.
Thank
That's what we're here.
Hey, listen,
go.
guys, you heard it here live in color on Sis.
Right.
Simply Incredible Sisters podcast that Gini has officially taken accountability. All right, for the things that went wrong during this wedding experience. So we get a repeat. Gini just took accountability for the things that went wrong during this wedding experience. Here live
Like
in this color.
disclaimer.
Thank you.
Girl, you done wrap people around the damn globe.
They say God is not real. Here, right now, we've experienced God is real.
But y'all know she had, pregnant brain.
Yes, she did have.
Don't give her no.
Okay, you know what,
She did have-
podcast guys? You know what? That's the secret that she
Into
dropped
the
on us. We
world.
got there and realized
Yes.
that
This bitch is
Jenny
pregnant.
was pregnant and the whole trip. I ain't saying where it went, but it didn't go up.
That thing went left and hit a rock.
We just
Yo,
gonna
it was a
we
meteorite.
gonna
It went
leave
shoot.
that. The lituation turned into a situation.
Yes.
Let's just leave that there. All right. So now that we have officially arrived,
Well, let's just say I did my best. Okay, I did the
All
best
right.
that I could with the circumstances that I had because I
It's
had a
all
lot
right.
going on prior to pregnancy and prior to this wedding. Okay,
it's all right. It's all
These are
right.
things.
It's all right.
I had to bury 3 people in
Oh,
a
Lord.
matter of 3 months.
Okay.
And then add pregnancy on top of that, on top of COVID. And anybody who knows me knows I am a planner. And all this shit went to motherfucking hell within 3 months.
It's
Okay?
all good. We
So,
survived. So we
We
good.
did.
It's
It was
okay.
survival of the fittest.
Burn.
Hey, that is the truth.
But we all here to tell the story. So
But I'm
Okay.
here.
The thing is, we never expected the experience that we experienced in Nigeria. Nobody expected it.
Well, because we have the African man's blood inside of us, we survived.
Yay, there we
Yeah.
go. There we go. Melanin strong, baby. We figured it out.
To the motherland.
So after now we have arrived and we've given you all future disclaimers of episodes to come. All right.
Wakanda.
Tell us, Wumi and Ray. Wumi, you go ahead and start about your lodging and transportation experience during your stay in Nigeria.
So my lodging and transportation is going to be different because I go to Nigeria quite often. I have family in Nigeria, so when Jenny told me that Airbnb price, I said, "Sister, I'm going home
to my uncle's house."
I cannot be paying all these 5-star hotel prices inside Lynn's place, but that's a different story for another day. That's idiots. But anyway, my transportation was smooth. My uncle picked me up from the airport. The one thing that I'm sure everyone will agree here is that when you get to Nigeria, you're on the airplane, like you're still breathing foreign air, I would like to say, right? So like wherever you came from America, that's what's still rolling through the AC system. But when you land, and then it'd be like landing, normally when they said everybody get up and grab your bags, you got to strip down, take the clothes off. Don't worry about your bags. Because when they open that damn door, whoosh, when I tell you hell comes in, I'm not lying. It feels like an inferno is at the door. So you come out and open the door and you be like, oh, this really is the Sahara. It's not, but it is. So I got picked up and I got to my uncle's home and I had a good time. It was very smooth. I stayed in Lekki on the island, phase 2, right behind the beach, girl.
LA Gucci Beach.
LA Gucci Beach, listen, we're gonna name drop some things, so if you ever come to Nigeria, come see it. But we went to LA Gucci Beach. It was cool. My uncle lives right behind there. So that was my transportation
Don't
and
put
lodging.
uncle's business out there.
Let me tell y'all something. Y'all go for my uncle's bang shoot him up. We about that life. Don't play.
That part right there. So it looks like Ray has stepped away for a second. So then I'll move on to our next, question. How did you, or from your own words, how would you say your experience was when you first connected with the whole rest of the bridal party? All right. And what was your first impression of everybody?
Well, first impressions, we ain't gonna talk about that because we ain't gonna talk about the first impression. The first impression started from this trip.
Oh, okay.
It's like, no.
Insider.
I think my first impression of, you know what, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I think when I landed and then I realized like Gini had my baby in the oven, I was like, oh, it's takeover time. So I think when I met everyone, it was good vibes, it was good spirits. I hadn't seen my my best friend Cash, so I was pissed, I was like, where Cash at? Who Cash? Where Cash? Because we always talk over the phone, and then just meeting everyone was really cool. Honestly, I feel like I gained like another kind of family, and like, oh, this is my family with Gini kind of thing. So I had a good time meeting everyone. Everyone was on the same page. Everyone had a good time. Everyone had a good spirit, regardless of the fact that we were in Nigeria and the trip wasn't going as planned. I think everyone was just really on the same page of saying, it was kind of team, whatever I got to do for Gini. And just understanding all the stresses. So as her cousin and always hearing about these friends that are so great, and then meeting them and getting to see that, oh, they are that great, that person cool. I'm like, Gini, I don't like her. Gini, oh, she all right. And I was like, no, everyone's cool. Everyone was down for the cause. Just, it was a good time. I had a great time. We've traveled since with some of these people. So, I formed a good connection. Real good people.
Awesome. So then Ray, welcome back. I think she had to step away to attend to the baby. Go ahead and say baby for me. Say baby for the people one time.
The little baby woke up.
Baby. You hear that Norla accent. All right, Ray. So go ahead. Tell us, how was your lodging and transportation experience during your stay? And then tell us what, your first impressions were of everybody, and how we all connected through this experience.
I would say the transportation and the lodging for the most part, like being in a house with everyone, that was cool. I feel like we all hit it off like instantly, even though, like Wumi said, we all heard about each other. Like I knew Queez and Cash, and Quell is my best friend, but I knew them from Tuskegee.
Shout out to Tuskegee.
So actually, like being, with them, and Tiwa, she always talked about you too, and Aisha. So all of us being in the house together, I think it was cool. I had fun. And that was something me and Quell talked about, like how all of us just instantly just clicked. Like you said, we were there for the cause. And as far as the transportation, that was cool too. We had some Ubers, but for the most part, I think it was your uncle, right? That yeah, that was cool.
Okay, awesome. So what was your
Y'all drive crazy though.
But Wumi got right in that car and took care of us because she could drive in that Naij.
Oh yeah, that night we went out.
And it's so funny because let me tell you something. Let me put this little. Wumi was giving. I'm not, because when I got behind the wheel, they looking at me like, what in the world? Oh, I can't drive in Nigeria because I'm like, baby, it's either move or get out the way. Period. Otherwise, you ain't getting nowhere in Nigeria. You hear me? Nowhere. Because I'm talking about bumper to bumper traffic. If you
lines and
drive,
streets,
like ask everybody, You ain't going nowhere. You best believe you're gonna stay exactly where you are because everybody else driving around you is giving, I don't give a fuck who you are. Move out of my way.
Man, I saw crashes. I saw a dude get hit, his shoe flip off. I was like, what in the world?
Yeah.
And then the people honking in the
Almost got
traffic.
hit a few times in our car in the Uber.
What did you guys, I have a question. What did you guys think, like, I guess this would go for Queese, Quell, and
Ray.
and Ray. Sorry, guys. So 2 questions. When you first stepped
And she
into
didn't
the
have
airport,
a shot before this guy, so
like when you first stepped into the airport, right, in Nigeria, like what were your thoughts, like honestly? And when you got in the car and you were driving, like, because when you get out, that's when you really see like what is this country like. When you got out and you saw the people hawking on the side of the street, and you saw
you get some Gucci slippers and a whole Prada bag on the road.
Listen, when you saw Gucci and Fendi on the same shirt competing for the chest spot.
Not a duel.
Not a duel. You know what I'm saying? Like when you came out, you saw the people, you saw the chickens on the street, you know what I'm saying? Like you saw, and you guys came into Lagos, which is very industrious, which is like, honestly, like, what did you think? Because there's this thing about Africa, like, what is Discovery Channel and all this stuff versus
we
like
are in the wilderness or whatever.
Coming to Africa and experiencing it. What did you think?
We'll start with you, Ray, because we kind of got a little bit of Quell and Queese version or experience of that in our last episode. So Ray, go ahead and tell us what you thought, because it's not Feed the Children. All right, special.
It's not Feed the Children. That wasn't my thought process though. I think going into the airport, it was a bit overwhelming. Because it was just like people everywhere. It didn't seem like an organization, like any type of organization.
What was it, like a circus?
It was overwhelming. And then too, because we didn't really know where we were going or like what to expect.
You mean there were no signs directing you?
And the people who were waiting, who Gini explained to us, they weren't there.
Exactly. Imagine my surprise. I'm traveling by myself. And
you were by
this
yourself.
lady.
I think if I was by myself, I would have, I don't know.
And the lady probably couldn't pronounce the queen's name right. I don't even know what she probably said.
Who is she calling? It gotta be me. And then she said, Gini. She showed my picture. I'm like, oh yeah, that's me.
That's how she was with Quell and Drake.
That lady never seen a Q or U in it.
I'm telling you,
follow each other.
Who put these letters together, eh?
Oh God, anybody that knows Jenny, I just be coming.
Oh my God.
Oh man, I'm crying.
I'm done. I'm so done.
Oh, I'm crying because I know that lady had to be frustrated with she.
That lady wasn't frustrated because when, first of all, she done got paid on top of paid. And then here come, unfortunately, it doesn't look like our good sis Cash is going to make it this episode, but she will make an appearance at some point. But let me tell you something. When she met big sis Cash, she was very happy because Cash is the only one who doesn't follow the rules. Don't give nobody no money.
That lady was asking us for chocolate.
I just gave her an extra $20. Why?
Hold on, what's the code? Jenny, tell me if this is not the code, guys. Oh, my sister, welcome. What did you bring for us?
What did you
Peace, unity, and the love of the good old Lord Jesus Christ.
Oh, I told her straight up, nothing.
That's what they said as soon as we came through.
What's in your bag? Mine.
Oh, wow. And my response is, oh, Auntie, what did you bring for me?
I'm a student. I've been a student all my life. I'm a student.
That's so sad.
My response was, I said, do you want the blood in my veins? That's the only thing that I have to give to you. So
doing this panini, girl, I barely made it here.
Go ahead, cut my wrist. Go ahead, cut and take, because that's all I have for you. There's nothing else I have for you.
She was asking us for chocolate, and then she was trying to marry me off to her brother.
Oh my Lord.
Oh, Rayshonda, I would be trying to marry you off to my brother too. You hear me?
Listen, Ray, you was gonna have a whole lot of wedding proposals, baby.
That lady looked Rayshonda up and down, said, complete in the front, complete in the back, and let me tell you,
and then she liked it on top of that.
Hey,
and she's fine.
Drake was the one, because she was trying to get Drake and Quell. He's talking about my sister here. She's not married. This right here is my wife. Drake, don't try and marry me off.
Oh my goodness. She said this way is not married. She's my wife.
I can't, Lord.
So, Quell, give a refresher. What was your first very thought getting off the plane? Like, oh shit.
It wasn't any organization, but I was so excited. It was like no signs, stuff everywhere. I was like, okay, but I was like thankful that Gini sent the lady, because once we got through, like, it is a lot of people trying to come help you. I did like that about them. Like, they're so helpful. You know, people trying to come help with your bag.
Listen, baby,
That
always good help.
You should have let them help you. You'd have ended up with pants and back.
Well, thank you, my sister. I have no
You know what? Don't let me say that, because you know what? I love Nigeria. But let me tell you something. If you're going to travel anywhere in the world, I suggest you research and you Google and you know exactly what to expect. And I don't care if you're on the continent of Africa or if you're going to Europe. Always be about your P's and Q's whenever you're not home, because guess what? You don't know the culture of the place. You don't
speak the language.
You don't speak the language. You know what I mean? So you always got to be on your P's and Q's. But one thing I will say is, anyone looking to go on over to Africa, let me tell you something. You're going to have a good time.
Yeah.
It will be an experience. Ray, let me tell you, when you were traveling, you got to Nigeria and you got in the car and you were seeing the environment, the landscape around. What was your very first impression? Because a lot of Black people, when they come to Nigeria, or not just Nigeria, Africa, the first time, they always say there's a kind of a spiritual experience that they experience when they arrive back home, because it's home. First and foremost, it's home. It's where you are originally from, where we all are from. So tell me what that felt like for you, Ray.
I was excited to be there, and I was just taking it all in. Like you say, people, like, they show Africa in a negative light, but that wasn't my expectation of it at all. Like, I was excited to just soak up the culture, and just to see their way of doing things. So I was excited. We did, like, riding around, we did see like chickens just on the side, or there was like a cow and a goat, but it all was just like, it was exciting. And yeah. Awesome.
That's great. I love hearing these kind of experiences and hearing this feedback. Because honestly, for all y'all listening to this podcast, if you are of melanated skin, even if you are of unmelanated skin, we all came from the motherland. We all originate from Africa, and everybody should go back home at least once.
Some people came back to come get some stuff that wasn't theirs, but that's a whole different conversation.
We can discuss that in some future podcast episodes.
All right,
This ain't this episode. All right. This ain't this episode. But we greatly appreciate you, Wumi and Ray, coming in, guest appearance on this episode. All right. We will be seeing them again, y'all. Please stay tuned, because they will be coming back. for future episodes, part 3, part 4 of the Motherland. Then we going into the ultimate wedding experience. All right. I know y'all done seen Naija culture on TikTok, on Instagram. You see our weddings. I know y'all love
It's a
Burna Boy,
situation.
the Viva,
Because last, everybody would come take
so y'all get to see a real life, get to hear a real experience live and live in color. And if you got any Naija friends, I better hope they get married for you and get an invitation to the wedding so you can experience for yourself. But as always, we thank you guys for your listening ears. Stay tuned to the next episode. We love you and peace to the next time.
Bye, sis. Peace out. Odabo.
Thank you.